Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about emails versus groups and which is better. And like I said, everyone's going to have a different preference here. But again, I want to really clarify both of these different techniques that can help you out in the long run with building a community. So let's go. All right, so we are talking about emails versus groups. So lately, right now, because of this huge spike in online groups on the internet, a lot of people are preferring to use groups instead of emails, and people are using emails instead of groups. But either way, it really comes down to your ideal client. What do they prefer? And these are questions that you have to ask them, because sure, you're the one taking on this actual idea, but it's up to them. Are they going to support that? And again, making this decision, you don't have to rush into it either. But these are the questions you want to ask yourself before jumping into any of these platforms. So question number one, what are you trying to achieve? And what are you trying to do? Because a lot of people just jump onto these platforms like impulsively. And it's not a bad thing, right? We're trying things out, we're trial and erroring this, but, is it taking too much of your energy? Possibly. So you have to look at things in a mindset of the actual ideal client. And also referring to your goals. Is this what you're looking at in terms of goals? Is this what you want to do? And what are you trying to achieve out of all of this? So you have to get clear on your goals before you start jumping onto these platforms and opening things up. And the goals matter, because when it comes time to making these types of decisions, the goals will help you define what direction to go in. Because I want to tell you guys right now, don't do both. Don't do emails and groups at the same time. It's too much energy to be stretching yourself thin, especially if you're just starting. You're going to be burning too much time on your side of things, and you might be less productive because you're trying to, keep your group alive and keep, catering to them. But then you got your email list that people are waiting for you to respond. So you can't be in two areas at once. So what I would suggest is you focus your energy on one of these first, and then you can expand yourself whatever which ways you want to go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the pros and the cons between, having a group or having an email list. And they're both pretty good. It's just really depending on you. So let's go through them. We're going to start with the groups, and groups can be Facebook groups, Discord groups, Circle groups, Reddit groups, Slack groups. So these are interesting, platforms to be on. They're all quite similar. And it really comes down to, what are you looking for, right? So pro number one, you get direct communication with your people. So you can comment on their post if they need help. They can, see your post and reply to you. You can instantly contact them pretty quickly instead of going through an email list. Two, you do have a higher engagement rate on groups because people engage much better and interact much better on a group's platform. But what kind of engagement? I don't know. It really comes down to the types of things that you're talking about and what you're posting. And number three, so you're actually building a community instead of an audience, which is kind of what we're going for. We're going for more of a community now. An audience is still good, but we want to build a community. And the reason why I'm saying this is that once you build a community, you get to know everybody. So within these groups, people can help other people, which is really neat. because we're here to lift others, right? And that's part of community. We're building a family basically within the brand. And that could be something that you're looking for. Number 4, so you can get growth through referral. People, can pass your name on via another friend or a group, or like your comments, or share your comments, and that's all documented within a news feed. So that's really neat, and that could populate for you. All right, so group cons. So yes, not everything is sunshine and rainbows, right? You're gonna have the other side of things that you have to be aware of. And it comes down to, can you handle this? I don't know, right? So this is something you gotta ask yourself. So number 1, if you're running a Facebook group, we're all kind of noticing that Facebook groups are going downhill. Might not be a really good idea to stay on there for too long. You might want to migrate to maybe Discord or Circles. And then the trends might change. I don't know, but for now, this is kind of what I'm finding through my own investigation. Number 2 could be that there might be limited space within the groups. So you might have a large amount of people coming in, and the group might cap it at a certain number, right? And that might be no good, but it really depends on the platform that you're on. 3, now if you're still on Facebook, you might have issues with ads now, because ads are more popular now and less than the organic reach. So your group might be hard to advertise because advertisements are getting much more expensive on Facebook. 4, if you're still on Facebook, I would say, Facebook might not be good for a long-term thing because it might not last much longer. And then number 5, groups take a lot of work. And the reason why I say this is you have to post and engage with your people every single day. You have to make sure you're active, and you're going to get people in the group, asking questions, posting comments, or waiting for your reply. So you got to be on there constantly, replying to their messages, liking their posts, and sharing something they said, or show up live for them every week. It's a lot of work and a lot of energy. And remember, it's literally like answering emails all day. Do you want to answer emails all day? Yes, no? Or are you going to delegate a time within the week that you're only going to talk to your group online, once a week, twice a week, and answer emails once or twice a week? So up to you how you want. And just remember, you have this group that you have to put all your energy into, but at the same time, you have content marketing that you have to work on. You got to create content on Instagram to drive more people in and direct them to this group. So, that's on top of what you're trying to do here in your own group. So you have to ask yourself those questions, is this good for me, or, is it best that I just stick to an email list so I can focus on driving more traffic in? That's up to you. So we're going to talk about email lists now. So email lists are basically MailChimp, MailMunch. There might be some other ones that I don't remember, but these are platforms where you can send out mass emails to a group of people, which is your audience. And that's how you send out your emails in one go. And everybody will get the same email, right? You can notify them of an offer or a discount or a special event on a mass level. Pros. So the first one is, we know that emails are here to stay. So you're not going to be as concerned about, running a Facebook group because you know that Facebook group is going down in interest. Whereas if you have an email list, you know that the email list is going to be there for a while. You don't have to worry. You don't have to have anxiety around it because it's here to stay. It's a form of communication. It's a direct message to your actual client, and your client is sharing their email with you, giving you permission to access their personal address to email them stuff. So there's trust, right? And number 2, there's really no pressure here to set up. You have literally you have to make an account and then just start pumping out information, start getting out there and asking people, what do you need, and topics that they're interested in, and then you start building out content. And if they're interested, they will subscribe to you. And that's a great way of just getting going really quickly, building your audience. And there's really no expectation to post every single day. You can post whenever you want. They can access your email at any time because it's in their inbox, and they can see it whenever they need to. So I usually post once a week to my subscribers in my email list, because I don't want to bombard them, but at the same time I still want to provide them value and stay connected. All right, number 3, we have the highest investment here, because you're building an audience that you can trust, and they trust you because you're providing really good information for them. They are getting value from you every time, and you're building as you go. So your audience is getting larger, but you're bringing in more qualified audiences. So this is amazing because now, they all trust you. They are excited every time that you have something coming. And on top of that, they already expect that you're going to sell them something. And they'll probably be more engaged to say yes. All right, so now we're going to talk about the cons of an email list. So of course, number 1, they do have the ability to unsubscribe. So every time you send an email, your list will decrease in subscribers. It's just how it goes. This is just a mindset shift, because as you send out an email, the more people will stay or leave, and that will help you filter through the type of people that maybe are your actual people. So you're filtering through the true people that are actually here for you and ready to say yes to you, or excited to see more from you. Then you'll know those types of people that want to stay with you, that when you're ready to sell something, they're going to be saying yes to you right away. And plus you're going to be establishing a much stronger relationship with them. And that's important. It doesn't really matter how many people you have. It just matters the quality. What type of people do you have? Are they qualified? Are they your target audience? Because when you do it that way, you're going to see that these are my people, and I'm going to nurture them as much as I can. So number 2, it can get quite costly. So if you're on MailChimp right now, they give you, I think, the first 1,000 free subscribers. So you can start an account for free with some limitations. But after you hit, 1,000 subscribers, you have to start paying a monthly subscription. And that might hurt you. I'm not sure. You just have to make sure that you're in the right frame of mind when you get to that stage, that your business is bringing in good cash flow so that you can pay off, these monthly expenses. Yeah, that's it for the cons. So it's really coming down to what you guys really want to focus on. So I'm going to restate the question. Where should you be investing your time? An email list or groups? And which is better for the long run? I would say focus on building your email list first, because that emails are here to stay. That groups are really hard to maintain. Making a list takes less time to manage. You can focus on content more than trying to promote. And I'd say once you build that list, then you can branch out into building a actual group and community. But it's going to take some time to do that. But you can start brainstorming now, the type of group that you want to build. So, you don't have to wait till later on, like 2 or 3 years from now. You can start planning how you want your group to be built. and what kind of events you're going to host in the group. It will change every time, of course, but at least you could start planning ahead. But I would say right now, focus on your email list, because that's going to help you build an audience to speak to. Because then you can take your audience and put it into a group or somewhere else, wherever you want to put them. But at least that's a starting point for you. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. So we're going to recap again what we talked about. So we were looking at emails and groups and which was better. And again, it comes down to your people, but also you as a business owner. Can you manage two things at once? I'm going to say no. We want to look at starting an email list first so that you have something to work from. You have an audience that you can speak to. And then when you have an audience in place, you can then build a group from them and they can give you the directions of where to go. Yes, we should do Discord. Yes, we should do maybe Circle instead. And that will help you in the long run with building things. So, emails are here to stay. We know that. You don't have to worry about, losing an opportunity because Facebook shut down, right? So you want to be future-proofed is basically what I'm saying. So the email lists are here to stay. The platform doesn't really matter what you choose in terms of email provider. I think they're all the same. And then with groups, you know that they're hard to manage sometimes. You have to put a lot of energy into keeping the group alive and being active in the group. So this is probably something that you should do on a long-term level that you can revisit later in your journey of building your brand. But other than that, I hope that that was helpful and that you've learned something from this. And let me know in the comments below, which do you prefer? Do you prefer email list or do you prefer groups? And I would love to hear, other groups that you guys have been experimenting in, or as well as emails. If there was any really good email providers that you want to recommend to other mental health professionals, therapists, and counselors. So thank you so much, guys, for sticking around for today's video, and I hope to see you around real soon. Bye!